Gita Wisdom Tales Bhakti Devotion. 4 types of worshippers.
चतुर्विधा भजन्ते मां जनाः सुकृतिनोऽर्जुना आर्तो जिज्ञासुरर्थारि ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभा.
Have you ever prayed to Krishna to secure good grades in your exams or to recover from your illness faster? It's natural. Different devotees approach the Lord in different requests. Not all can worship Him selflessly as in the previous sloka. So in this sloka, Lord Krishna reveals that the 4 kinds of people who worship Him are the distressed, Artha, the curious, Janisu, the will-seekers, Artati, and those seeking knowledge, Jnana of Him. Do you fit into one of the categories, or do you worship Krishna without any expectations? Of course, the best way is to worship Him selflessly, but there is no harm in praying Him to fulfill certain wishes. Whatever may be our purpose of worshipping, if we seek Krishna's refuge, He will take care of us. Let's see how. An elephant's prayers. Once in a dense forest there lived a big elephant named Gajendra, who was also the king of that forest. One day, in great sportive spirit, he entered a lake in the beautiful Trikuta mountain region along with his companions. He was happily enjoying in the fresh waters with his wives and children. In a playful exchange, sprinkled water over them with his trunk. In the midst of his comfort and happiness, Gajendra suddenly encountered an unexpected tragedy. An angry crocodile grabbed his leg. Gajendra was mighty and strong. He tried his best to free himself. He couldn't. After all, he was used to living on land, whereas the crocodile was used to living in the water. The other elephants also tried, but couldn't rescue him either. Seeing his helpless state, his wife and children cried. Gajendra and the elephant fought hard, pulling each other out of the water. The fight lasted for 1,000 years. Seeing this unusual fight, even the devas in the heaven were surprised. Gradually, Gajendra's mental and physical strength departed because of being in the foreign environment, water. On the other hand, the crocodile's strength increased because he was a water animal. Weakened Gajendra began to look for refuge. By God's grace, Gajendra remembered a prayer that he had learned in his past life. He prayed, "O Lord, you are the Supreme Father, you are merciful, you appear in many incarnations, you stood within everyone's heart. I am caught up in the jaws of this crocodile. Please save me." What happened next is truly marvelous. Lord Vishnu quickly responded to Gajendra's heartful prayer. He hastily arrived there on the back of his bird carrier Garuda. Gajendra saw the Lord arriving in the sky. Even as he was reeling in acute pain due to the attack of the crocodile, Gajendra picked up a lotus with his trunk and offered it to the Lord with devotion. Lord Vishnu then sliced the crocodile's head with his Sudarshan Chakra, disc weapon, and pulled Gajendra out of the lake with his loving hand. By the divine touch of Lord Vishnu, Gajendra attained a 400 form similar to the Lord. Therefore, Gajendra went to Vaikunta to stay with the Lord forever. The Lord pulls us out from the ocean of troubles by our heartful prayers.
Dhruva's ambitions, desire. Dhruva was a 5-year-old prince. Once his envious stepmother didn't allow him to sit on his father's lap and throne. Dhruva became disappointed and angry. He developed an ambitious desire to attain a position superior not only to his father but his great-grandfather Brahma too. To fulfill his ambition, little Dhruva immediately left for the forest to worship Lord Vishnu all by himself. On his way, he saw the great sage Narada Muni, a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. Narada told Dhruva, "You are just a kid, you should be playing. The process of worshipping Lord Vishnu is very difficult. You may attempt it when you grow up." Ambitious Dhruva replied, "No, I wish to worship Lord Vishnu now itself. I am pained by the words of my stepmother Suruchi. I was not allowed to sit on my father's throne or lap. Now I desire the greatest position in the 3 worlds. which has not been attained even by Brahma. Please advise an honest path to achieve my goal. Impressed with the honesty and determination of the 5-year-old, Narada Muni accepted Dhruva as his disciple. Narada then instructed Dhruva, go to the forest named Madhuvan on the banks of river Yamuna. Worship the Lord there and chant the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dhruva followed the advice. At Madhuvan, little Dhruva worshipped and meditated on the Lord with full concentration for 6 months. For the first month, he sustained just by eating some berries once in 3 days. During the second month, he ate only dry grass and leaves once in 6 days. In third month, he sustained just on little water, drinking once every 9 days. In the fourth month, he sustained solely on air by breathing once every 12 days. By the fifth month, Dhruva controlled his breath and mind, stood motionless on one foot, and meditated on Lord Vishnu's form without any moment's break. Pleased by the little boy's determination, Lord Vishnu left for Madhuvan on his bird carrier Garuda to personally bless his young devotee. Upon seeing the Lord, Dhruva fell at his feet, overjoyed, and offered prayers. Lord Vishnu then told Dhruva, my dear boy, I am pleased with your worship and meditation. You will rule your father's kingdom for 36,000 years. After that, you will attain my planet known as Dhruvaloka. Saying this, the Lord departed. Dhruva's heart was filled with happiness on seeing the Lord, but he also felt ashamed of vengeful thoughts that he had felt earlier towards his stepmother Suruchi and stepbrother Uttama. He even felt guilty that he wished a position superior to Brahma. Silently he left Madhura for his father's palace. King Uttanapada received the news of Dhruva arrival. After Dhruva departure from the palace, Uttanapada and Suruchi were completely transformed. Along with his mother Suniti, they eagerly came out of the city to receive Dhruva. Dhruva bowed to the elders and happily entered the kingdom. After growing up, Uttanapada made him the king of Dhruva, ruled the kingdom for 36,000 years, and then went to Dhruvaloka in a brilliant airplane. Moral of the story: when determination accompanies a trust on God, success is assured. Gajendra remembered the Lord when he was in distress. Dhruva prayed to the Lord when he desired a material position. Lord Vishnu answered both their prayers. Well, whatever the reason may be, if we sincerely pray to the Lord with a heart full of love, He will surely respond with affection.
Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you. I heartfully thank Aurangzeb Prabhuji.